It is wonderful to see you once again this beautiful Sunday morning from wherever you are in the world. That is in the assumption that you're watching this when it premieres. But if not, whenever it is that you're watching this, it's wonderful to have you. We're so excited about the feedback that we're getting about this series and just the conversations we're having about mindset shift. Feel free to go to our different social media platforms, send us a message, and tell us how this is impacting you and the way you'll be doing life moving forward. Because I believe that with this conversation, we're beginning to shift the way people engage in the marketplace, but also the way they engage in their businesses. We are saying that this software programming is actually something that's happened from your childhood unconsciously. And it's not necessarily that we are putting blame on anyone. We're just saying, hey, this is how it's been, but it's not how it has to continue to be. My name is David O. Sijenyi, and I'm the host of Fearless Business under the great leadership of Pastor Mureithi Wanjao. And we are so honored to be able to broadcast this to you. We've done over 50 episodes right now, and you can go back all the way to the beginning and understand it's about kingdom mindset in the way we do business. We believe that we are positioned in the marketplace to influence the marketplace to fruitfulness, multiplication, and great impact. And so it is about seeing yourself beyond just the work that you do, but seeing yourself as for who God has positioned you to be in that place. We've challenged identity, we've challenged mindsets, we've challenged about the way we think. And today we wanna move beyond the diagnosis into the solution. If people are wrongly programmed around money from childhood, how do we break that cycle early? Now, if you're just joining us, we've had an amazing guest in studio, and he is a gentleman that has had great experience in the financial space. He's a mathematician. Ladies and gentlemen, he's with an organization and an app called Chedda, and this is none other than Andrew Kibe. Karibu sana, Andrew.
Thank you so much.
Episode 4 and counting, my goodness.
Yes.
And we still are feeling like we're just scratching the surface on this. Today, we want to talk about the solution.
Yeah.
We diagnosed very well last time that the problem is with the programming.
Correct.
The software programming from childhood
Correct.
has been askew.
Yeah.
And we are saying there's a deliberate way to do it. And you had the privilege of seeing it.
Correct.
On one end, you were raised in a particular way,
Yeah.
raised in a certain space, you saw money being spent.
Yeah.
And you had some interesting graphs here that were really interesting. How I was actually very convicted.
Okay.
How just by living my life, I'm teaching.
Right.
And we say that children imitate.
Yes.
And that by the time they're 7 years old,
Correct.
they're already set in their ways. And one of the questions I was like, is there hope? Because mine are already beyond that 7 years old, man, and I've been doing this thing wrong. And I'm looking and thinking, okay, great. So how do we fix that problem? And today we're talking about the solution.
Yeah.
What's the solution to this wrong programming? How do we break this cycle? Let's start with our children, first of all. Okay. The adults are probably too set in their ways, but hey, who said that you can't teach old dogs new tricks? So we'll be coming to you, old dogs. I mean that in jest. Okay. But for our children, the ones who are, 0 to 7, maybe even 0 to, they're still in our houses, they're still children, even if they're 20-something. By the way, if you're still living in your folks' place, you're still a child. If you're 20-something, stop fighting with the rules. If you want to fight with the rules, move out and go set your own space. But if you're still living in your parents' house, you're still a child. So for those that are still in our houses, is there hope? And how do we break this cycle of wrong programming?
Okay. So the answer to start off, to answer that question, I go back to the two questions that I asked our listeners to be reflecting upon. They're very powerful statements.
Yes.
As a way of, making a conscious decision about your life going forward.
Yeah.
So the first we said, who am I? When you reflect on that question, you're analyzing the experiences you're actually going through, and you're acknowledging that this is the results of my subconscious programs.
Yeah.
Right? Now, whether you like it or you don't like them, you're asking yourself, there's nothing I can do, it's history.
Yeah.
But now God has blessed me to think about forward. Now that I realize who I am,
Yeah.
what do I choose? That means if I'm not happy, I need to change my thinking patterns. I need to change my mindset.
Yeah.
And this does not just apply to you as an individual. It applies to everyone who is within your lives.
Okay.
And this is where children come in.
All right.
Right?
All right. Cool.
So we're looking at the history and we're saying, wait a moment. What we looked at was we realized that we have retirees who had very prime jobs,
Yes.
but over 95% of them are struggling financially.
Yeah.
That's data,
Yeah.
right?
Real data.
Yes. And they're telling us that the second generation, which is you and I, are making the same mistakes. And we know very well, old age comes with wisdom,
Yes.
right? So there's something they're seeing that we are not seeing,
That we're not seeing.
right? And every time they try to warn us, we're not paying attention.
Oh, absolutely not.
Then
they're trying to impose their old ways on us.
yeah.
as we would say.
Yeah,
By the
okay.
way, Gen Zs, you're not the first ones to say this. And
Yes.
Gen Alphas, by the way, you guys just need to behave yourselves. But the truth of the matter is, you are not the first to think that we are too old for advice.
Correct. So as much as we're ignoring our parents, we also regretting our financial situation when we look back from the moment we start working.
Very real.
So we are wishing we had certain knowledge or understanding before we got our first income.
Yeah, you had me in that. I wish I was saving 50%.
Correct.
Those many days, yes.
All right. That which trickles to, and given this experience we've gone through, again, this is data.
Yeah.
So we come back to actuarial science now.
Okay.
We're saying the past data has arrived to us going through painful financial experiences.
Yes.
Now, if we leave all the assumptions constant, can we predict where we're heading? The answer is we are going to be worse off than our parents. Because our parents at least have land. The land they're living will probably be sharing 5 of us.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that by itself tells
and it does not touch a river and a road.
Correct. Correct. That tells you something.
Yeah.
So now you as a parent, what do you want for your children? Would you like them to go through the same struggles you've gone through? Would you like to see them end up where you are?
No.
Would you like to see them end up where their grandparents are?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So understand that is also data.
Okay.
All right? Now, I've been insisting that one of the most powerful ways that God communicates to us or answers our prayers is through experience.
Yes.
Especially the painful ones. God is not bringing that experience in our lives to punish us. It's because we prayed for something. It's just like a butterfly. It starts as a cocoon, It shifts the color from, let's say, green to colorless.
Yeah.
Then you can start seeing the butterfly inside. Then one leg comes out, another, wing comes out. And so assume you're passing by and you notice it's trying to fly out, but the leg is caught, right? If you take an eraser and you come and, you help it, that leg comes off and it flies off. Have you killed that butterfly or have you assisted it?
From my little understanding, you have killed that butterfly thinking you're assisting it.
Correct. Why is that?
Because the process was short-circuited. Yeah.
So God, in his very own wisdom, was not punishing it. He was making that butterfly struggle so that legs can become strong enough to fetch food for itself when the time comes. But you thought you're assisting it by doing what?
As you're talking about this is the whole essence about what we do in coaching. In coaching, one of the things we say, even when you can see clearly the answer to the problem they're having, just shut up and let them go through.
Exactly.
Because They are not you.
Mm.
They do not have the benefit of what you've had. You're seeing it in hindsight
Correct.
because you have gone through that process already.
Yes.
But they must come out of it.
Exactly.
You can create the safe environment for them to do that.
Correct.
But they must come out of that situation
Exactly.
themselves.
Very true.
It's the essence of coaching, by the way.
That's it. That's it. And look how we're raising our kids.
And discipleship and mentorship.
Right.
Yeah.
So look at how we're raising our children.
Oh, we've taken away all the suffering, my friend.
Are we preparing them for the world?
I don't know which world we are preparing them for, but we've taken away all the suffering. In fact, we are waiting for the opportune time. I normally say this about young men. You're to be seen and not to be heard until the day you make somebody's daughter pregnant. And then suddenly you're a man, you're being sent out to your own house. You've never been prepared.
That's it.
To handle this madness.
It's true.
And now you're living with somebody who has had a head start.
Very true.
In preparing for a home and all this kind of thing. And you're looking so clueless and foolish.
Exactly.
Because you were never prepared.
Exactly.
And I'm imagining you in the school with these Indian guys.
Yes.
And you're thinking, what is going on?
That's there. Now you can see where I was coming from. I mean, think about even a simple explanation like relationships.
Yeah.
Why is it the first one hurts so much? Think about when you're growing up, when you're being told stories of Cinderella. All of them, they lived what?
Happily ever after.
So there's something that was planted about love.
About happily ever after.
And you bring it now to the reality.
Oh, come on. Yeah. We try to do it with the soap operas. We're still shocked.
Yes.
I think our wives are more shocked.
So it's all about
us. We're just clueless. Them, they are shocked that this is not what it was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And the guys are thinking, what are you even talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything is a mindset. Everything is a mindset because we are creators.
Wow.
So your mind does not know whether this is a correct thought or incorrect thought.
Yeah.
It will just produce the outcome of what is there.
That's right.
You know, and that's why I keep saying, if you really want to raise a well-rounded child, like you're talking about, create an environment where you know it's safe. You're not going to stop your child from getting hurt.
No.
But that hurt, there's something they're learning.
I've just seen the image of African parents, knowing that there's nothing here to hurt the child. When the child falls down, all the African parents look away. Don't look at them, don't look at them.
Exactly.
Because the child is looking and wondering, did anyone see that?
Yeah, it is. So that is where we're going with this. So as a parent, now on the money topics, you ask yourself, my parents avoided us discussing money. Where has it led me? Their folks did the same. Where did it lead them?
The only time you touch money is if you're going to the shops.
Yes.
And as soon as you came back with it, you put it back in the parents' hand.
In fact, the best way to look at it is you were taught something about money, it's just that you didn't know.
Yes. In fact, being found with money that had not been immediately given to you was a case for explaining. That was war. Exactly. Where have you gotten the money? Exactly. Have you stolen it?
Yes. True.
Anybody, in fact, like they say that like our children know.
Yeah.
Any money in this house is ours.
Correct.
Anyone else with money needs to explain
where it came from. Correct. I mean, you really think about it. But then, like you're saying, we're not blaming anyone. We are thanking God for this wisdom.
Yeah.
When you're sending your child to go and buy something, from a psychological point of view, you're teaching them to practice what is already there.
In the mind.
And the mind has what?
Spending.
So go practice. Practice. Milk. Yes.
It's given a whole new perspective to allowances.
Yes. That is exactly what happens.
Because then when we're saying we're starting to teach them about money, we start giving them allowances. But the allowance, we'll see how what we've taught them. But in fact, if you want to test what you've been teaching your children, give them an allowance. You can start with a little amount. Exactly. Just give them some money and see what they don't even tell them what to do. Just tell them, here, this is money for you. And see what to do. You can see, first of all their money personalities come out.
Correct.
But one of the things you'll see is what you have taught them without teaching them.
Yes. Without your knowledge.
My hope is that you've done some teaching. so that you can see, you can be proud of what you've taught. But what we're saying here is rethink. Remember that graph, by the way: saving, spending, investment, and
Good borrowing.
good borrowing. Look at that graph and see what is it you've been teaching and what is coming out when you're engaging.
Correct. So that realization
Now, even though sometimes when I talk about borrowing on this show, I remember in Mavuno, we are like borrowing for who? We are like, the borrower is the slave to the lender. So for us, borrowing is not even a conversation we start to have, but we look at other channels. Yes,
it's coming because there's a reason why I use the word good borrowing.
yes.
There's also bad borrowing.
There's also bad borrowing. Yeah.
When you're programmed to spend and you get the opportunity to borrow, you'll borrow because for you the output is to spend. So when you're going to buy a car, which is a liability, it will keep removing money from your pocket.
Wow. Every time, every day. And as the longer you stay with it, the more money it removes, and at a higher rate.
Correct. Why? Because the program is just removed.
I have one that is currently removing money from my pocket very fast.
So all this, as a parent now, you ask yourself, it has not worked for my parents, it has not worked for me.
Yeah.
The school is not teaching it, right? So that tells me I need to step up and do something to ensure that the foundation of healthy habits is done what? Is placed there.
Is placed, yeah.
So how do you do? So you need to start now to understand at least the basics of how good money management is all about.
Okay, so the basics of good money management.
Correct. And that now sets up an environment where you can start now programming them from a very young age. If you're someone who runs a business, take your child on a Saturday. Okay. Even if it's just 2 hours, let them just sit there. Yeah. It is so powerful.
What if I don't work on Saturdays?
All right. So if you don't work on Saturdays, that now pushes you to do something over the weekdays.
Maybe the weekdays, the holidays.
Correct.
Yeah. And midterm is coming up for many people around then. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Now, the way you do it is you reflect on how the real world works. Me, as the father, how do I survive? I have to work.
So we're not saying segregate yourself from the real world.
No.
Use the real world.
Yes.
To begin to create.
You create a model.
A model
around your homestead that reflect the real world. So me, as a father, I have to work to earn.
Yes.
And that is how everyone is doing it.
Tufanye kazi na nguvu zote. So people get working.
Exactly. So I need to start teaching my child for you to earn, you need to put
some effort.
Some effort.
And I begin to see what you're talking about because many of us are preparing children that won't survive in the real world. One of the interesting discoveries of parents and teachers when junior high started is how unprepared the kids were for being away from home. You know what was most interesting? Parents in a certain WhatsApp group who somebody suggested, can't we put together first of all, can we put together some money and hire someone in the school to do for them, replicate the situation at home?
Really?
Wash for them clothes, clean for them their room, make for them their bed. It's insanity.
I'm telling you.
That child is not prepared for or they are prepared for a world they may never be able to afford.
Correct. And you see, that's why we're saying we're not blaming anyone.
Yeah.
We're saying we perish because we lack the right knowledge. We are not creating an environment that prepares our children for what the real world is.
Reality.
In fact,
before they can afford to hire a house help,
they'll
need to do some work for themselves.
And if you really want to see how bad it is, think about the career guidance.
Yes.
We are still asking kids to become the things we used to hear. Wow. And the world has shifted.
Wow.
Totally shifted.
Wow. If I've just remembered the parents who say, when I was your age, I used to walk barefoot. Come on.
Yeah. And that's where the sort of beef with Gen Z's with us is coming in. So it's important to go to their levels and see where they're coming from, because these people were raised up with gadgets. For us, you wake up in the morning, if it's school holidays, go play football.
Yeah.
There's nothing to distract our minds. Them, social media,
It's
what's
a thing.
happening, the wiring of their mind is so different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my daughter, who's now 14,
Mm.
when she was 2, going and swiping the TV and wondering why it wouldn't swipe. Because she had access to a phone, she had access to a tablet.
Yeah.
And so she was like, this thing is move.
Mm.
This thing looks like that thing. That thing should move.
Correct.
And at the time, we were just starting to see those swipe screens, computer screens in the movies. For her, it was her reality.
Correct.
Like, surely, this should happen automatically.
Yes.
In fact, it's a bigger screen. So
exactly. Yeah. So that's
what I'm hearing. So it's that thing of beginning to create, it's almost mimic the real world.
Correct.
In the safe environment.
Exactly.
Almost like in an incubator space.
Exactly.
Called the home.
Correct. You allow them to get hurt where you can control. You have time to...
It's a controlled environment.
Yeah. Let them learn from
those like a nursery.
Correct.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So now the danger is that most parents, even themselves, do not understand the real topics around money. So how do you teach someone something you yourself don't understand? So what happens is most of them will start running now to Google to look for ideas
or solutions. And of course now with AI.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's why I set up Chedda.
Okay.
Basically, what I did is once I left employment, to me it was a calling, and I realized I just need to empower children, because if we get the first 7 years right, uko mbele kutajitengeneza. Once the foundation is good.
For all the non-Swahili speaking, ahead it shall be well.
Yeah.
If you get the first years right, it shall be well ahead.
Shall be well, yeah, exactly. Because of the statistics I showed you, 100% of the subconscious.
Yeah. And borrowing from that scripture, raise a child in the way
exactly
they should go, and they shall never depart from it.
Exactly. And it's I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah. Do you know the first lot of classes was actually Mavuno?
Oh, nice.
Just where we are, all right? And I created a program for children, because I also studied how financial literacy is approached. And I go back to the first principles. Some things are not making sense to me. For example, the heart of financial literacy pushes the concept of savings. If you tell any parent today, we have classes for children, they're like, oh, to save.
To save, yes.
All right?
Yeah.
And so they were like making them really think through what they're saying is, I asked them, how many millionaires or billionaires do you know of who got to that point through savings?
Through savings.
And that's the time they start cracking. I can't think of one. So why do you want your child to learn to save?
To save.
And now you realize it's a program, because they found it that way.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
So I studied all that and I said, no. What makes sense to me, I'm going to accept. What doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to ignore it. And I picked out a lot. So I learned, I studied a lot of, billionaires. There's certain common things they keep talking about.
Yes.
That is how I developed my curriculum. And so when I started with children here, it was mind-blowing to hear the feedback from the parents. The class just kept growing, but now because of the school holidays, when they go back, we can't proceed on. Then COVID came. That time I had quite a number, because the word had spread across, and they were really getting the concept, The whole idea is to break complex things into their languages.
Into their language,
you don't need to use technical terms.
That's right.
Yeah?
I'm learning the power of simplicity, even in adult learning.
Yes. It's
Just
very, very
simplify.
important.
There's too many things we overcomplicate by using big language that makes us look
Education wants to make you feel you're different.
So but we're not communicating.
We are competing.
Yeah.
So if I use big language, I feel,
Yeah. Wow.
It misses the whole point.
I feel like an advanced human. Homo sapien plus or extra.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that went on. But then I started realizing when they come back to class, they'll probably attend once, then they come next year. They can sort of remember, but there's no change. There's no change. There's no change. And so I realized I was fighting a losing battle.
So you were training, they were getting the value, the mindsets were shifting. But somehow after they'd gone back to school and they came back,
Correct.
we'd lost the gains that were made.
Correct. Why is that? And this is why it's so important. It's because every single day there's a silent teacher who's programming them something different.
The counter programming.
Exactly.
Wow.
Every day they are constantly being exposed to spending.
Wow.
You cannot
Everywhere.
do anything. You can't do anything around that.
Yeah.
So when I come and counter what is there, and we spend some time without being together, the world continues with spending. So it overrides.
It crowds out.
Exactly.
It's like diluting. If you keep pouring water in, if this was black ink,
right.
If you keep pouring fresh water into it, after a while,
right.
the water will be clear.
Great. Yeah. So after thinking that, I came up with the formula. And this formula cuts across from children to adults. What happened is, because of the changes the parents will see in their kids, they started asking me if I have classes for adults. They could hear the kind of discussion they're having at home.
Nice.
And they could not believe kids are talking about assets, liabilities, cash flowing assets.
Nice.
And they felt, no, this, if someone telling me it's us who are supposed to be learning these things. And so eventually we ended up now creating one. But now, out of all that, I sat through and I realized something is amiss. And so again, God worked in mysterious ways. I don't know how this formula came to me, but it's made up of 3 components.
Okay.
So I say for you to attain financial peace, I call it the dreamer's formula.
The dreamer's formula to attain financial peace.
Yes.
We have the graphic right there.
Correct.
The dreamer's formula to attaining financial peace.
Yes.
I like it. Let's go.
Yeah, there are 3 components.
3 components.
The first one is the right mindset.
Okay. Right mindset, which we dealt with in previous episodes. 2
is the right knowledge.
Right knowledge. So RM, RK.
Yes.
Right knowledge.
And then the right practice.
And then right practice, RP.
Okay.
So RM, RK, RP.
That's true.
So what did you call it? Financial peace.
Yes, financial peace.
The dreamer's formula for financial peace is equal to RM, right mindset, plus RK,
correct,
right knowledge, plus RP, right practice.
Correct.
I love it.
Okay. So the way you think about it this way when it comes to money, I want you to imagine communication. Can you function in this world if you can't communicate?
It will be very difficult.
It will be very difficult.
Actually, probably be likely impossible.
Good. So we say communication is a life skill.
It is.
Because you need it for life.
It is.
You're getting where I'm coming from.
And here we are talking about whether you're using words or otherwise.
Correct.
Communication.
Exactly.
Ability to communicate.
Good. Now, let's come to money.
It's a life skill. And something just dropped in my mind around. It's a skill to keep you alive.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what we mean by that. You can't function without it.
Yeah.
So let's come to money. Can you function without money in this society we have created?
On this planet?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So what does that tell you managing money is?
A life skill.
A life skill.
A skill to continue living
exactly
on this planet.
Now let's look at these 2, communications and money.
Yeah.
Now let's look how we treat communications to our children.
Yeah.
When do we start teaching our kids about communication?
Almost at birth, man.
It actually starts before they're born.
Yes. Rubbing of the tummy, whispering, speaking, singing, tapping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single day, Then the first one comes out, mama, whatever it is, everyone is excited. No, communication started.
And all those outliers who go baba. I love you guys.
Yeah. By the time they're joining kindergarten, they can even write now 1, 2, and all that. By the time they finish in primary school, these guys can write a book.
Yeah.
So that constant on a single day is going to the subconscious it gets to a point where they don't think, it's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't find someone who's poor struggling to speak.
Mm-hmm. It's natural.
It's natural.
They don't even think about it.
Exactly.
The interesting thing about communication is that we are always communicating, and our nonverbal is louder and more than our verbal.
Yep.
And sometimes you're trying to keep a poker face. We have a joke with some friends of ours. You're trying to keep a poker face, but your subtitles are too loud because your body will just do what your body knows to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the reaction now we're talking about. Remember I said soul, mind, and body.
Yes.
Body is the output.
Is the output.
Yes. Right?
Wow.
Now let's come to money. When do we start? Apply the same logic you've applied in communication. Now come to money.
When we think you're wasting it.
So
in fact, even worse, when you're in financial trouble,
that's where you go.
is when we finally are now. No, you need to have a conversation about your money management. I'm like, too late.
Yeah, you get it.
And many times at that time, you're so annoyed with the fact that nobody prepared you for this, that you're unwilling to hear what they have to say.
Exactly.
Because really, now is when you have something to say about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So a parent who's wise, you need to treat money the same way you treat communication.
Wow.
That effort that you put for them to go to school,
Yeah.
you need to put that also for them to learn the basics of life skills, because that is what is going to determine how many, distinctions do we have from universities, and people are working in, cutting nails.
Yeah.
It's a reality we're refusing to face. Graduates outside, jobs are shrinking. AI is taking over. Yet you're still pushing the same thing that if you just look ahead, you'll see. The future is really, really darkening. But if you teach them concepts around money from a very young age, investments, entrepreneurship, you're opening the door. Yeah. You're opening the door.
Shift them from consumers to producers.
Production.
You then begin, one of my greatest fantasies is young people employing their peers.
Yeah.
Because they've created, or being employers,
yeah,
they've created opportunities while still in school. They can see
Right.
problems and create solutions.
Oh, and it's coming.
And they employ
It's
their
coming.
peers.
There's something very big we're doing with schools. We've just
Awesome.
started
Awesome.
on the same.
Tell us about it.
Well, we are creating a club called the Chedda Creators Club. And what we're doing is we're saying we are not going to compete with each other. We're going to cooperate.
Okay.
And ideally what we say is we pick a major problem affecting Kenyans. And then we say, you are the children who are going to solve this problem to a point where it's sustainable.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So we are going to guide you from the onset all the way to solving it.
Okay.
So for
example, this is for kids what ages?
We're starting from primary to high school.
Okay.
And
primary, what level?
All.
Okay.
Because we're saying the mindset does not pick the age.
If they're in school,
so
they are within that 0 to 7 bracket.
If parents want them to be there, come on board. Okay. Because the mindset does not wait.
Yeah.
Remember, when you're not doing anything, the world is doing it on your behalf. So the earlier you start, the better. That's the realization that we want parents to understand.
Okay. Okay.
So like this year, we've picked that there's so many disabled kids who cannot access school because the family can't afford a wheelchair.
Kids, these are children with disabilities.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we also have senior citizens who've become immobile because of chronic diseases. So what we're doing is our first flagship project is to build affordable wheelchairs that are sustainable in the African environment. So we're looking for partners. We're discussing with the Kenya Alliance Diaspora because we want to bring professionals working abroad to be the mentors of them.
Nice.
Think about what that will do.
Nice.
So we start now, the first initial step will be those schools that will start visiting such kids and senior citizens. Why? Okay. Because we want them to understand, place themselves in the shoe of this and feel what these people, the challenges they're going, they're taking notes. We're preparing them now on how to research.
Okay.
Then we come back, we start teaching them the concepts of how to research, how to
Okay.
go about it,
Okay.
the tools to use.
Okay.
And they're not competing, remember that.
Yes, they're collaborating.
Yes. So these ones bring this idea. Then now you have the mentors coming in and saying, okay, this is good, but it's not going to work because of 1 and 2. So everyone understands why this was set aside.
Okay.
And we move on to levels.
Okay.
But the time when we go to the highest level, now we know we have a design that is going to work.
Okay.
So we build the prototype. They build, not us. Again, through mentorship.
Through mentorship.
Once that is approved, there's a mobile app we're building that we'll be using now for this.
Okay.
So the families that are affected can apply,
Mm-hmm.
and then those who wish to sponsor can come on this other end.
Okay. Okay.
So the children in these schools will be responsible for setting up their desired, how many wheelchairs do we want?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they do that, we'll be sending them to corporates to go and pitch, to tap into the CSR of those corporates.
Mm-hmm.
So you find, like, let's say Safaricom is not allowed to come directly.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to these kids? So think about all that process. You've involved them in everything from idea generation, how to think about researching, you know, what works, what that doesn't work out. We're learning from the mistakes, how to build this, how to pitch, you know. So all those come as a package around that.
Okay.
Then once we solve one, we move to the second one.
Okay.
So that's how it will be running around.
So this is the one for schools.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think when we spoke, you said you had something for families.
Yeah, that's
Because again, the family is like the incubator. We're talking about that safe space. The
yes.
Yeah.
So now what happens now is when I was coming and saying, creating that model.
Okay.
Right? Now we realize a lot of parents are struggling to create that model.
We have no clue, man.
Yeah. So
where are we even starting? Already we agreed.
Correct.
The software is
yes.
corrupted.
Correct.
So the
Now
model we're likely to create is already corrupted.
Yes. So let's go back to the formula. The right mindset takes up 70% of the entire.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
The right knowledge.
Yeah.
Remember, we perish because we lack
knowledge.
The right knowledge.
The right knowledge.
So we are very categorically, we want the right knowledge. Like for us, we don't push savings.
Yeah.
What we push is cash flowing assets. Because if
a different mindset.
if I teach you about cash flowing assets, you'll naturally save.
Oh yes, no one needs to ask.
Exactly.
Somebody said we were talking with one of my my mentors. Actually, we were talking with Pastor M earlier, and one of the things he said to me is, "You don't." We were just remembering is something one of our pastors says. It says, "You don't need to teach people to pray. Just teach them to lead people. Just give them people to lead. They will pray
naturally." Just by
because when you start leading people, the drama people show you, especially when you're church planting.
Correct.
You will pray, my friend.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can say the middle part, the right knowledge is 15%, and the practice
is 15%. So you then teach cash flowing assets.
That comes now as the knowledge.
Wow.
So the problem why so many financial literacy courses do not produce what people expect is because they do not address the first part, which is 70%.
70% mindset.
So what they focus on is the knowledge, the content. Yes. That is 15%. They don't even focus on the practice. That is why you find people very educated, but nothing is changing in their lives.
Wow.
Because the real problem was that software.
Wow.
So all our programs now, we start with the software. So for children, it's so easy because they're developing it.
Yes.
For adults, we first have to work on demolishing. Are we together?
There's a demolishing that first needs to happen before we can start rebuilding.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that takes time, but it works eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. So for children, we realize we need to build a tool which now we can enable parents to use at home that will constantly be countering what the world is doing. So we build a mobile app called Chedda.
Okay.
And the way it works simply is we start with the creation process. It's all
Chedda is the slang for money somewhere in the world.
It used to be in Jamaica, then it went to,
Okay.
So the concept is, number one, we're programming the child. What do you want? That's the first thing that child needs to say. So it can be a goal, or the parent can set a fun challenge. Either way, it's an end. They can see the
And they
end.
can set this fun challenge in the app.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
interesting. Uh-huh.
So the whole point is the child sees the end first.
Yeah.
Creation starts with a
Mindset.
thought. So we're starting to teach these kids, see the end first,
Yes.
then work
Then
backwards.
work backwards. I love it.
In the world we live today, we think as we go. And that's why people don't end up anywhere, because they're not clear on where they're going.
Brian Tracy calls it fuzzy thinking.
Yes, you get it. So once they choose whether it's I want a bicycle, then we tell parents, now create fun quests or chores within the house that this child can start earning bits by bits and saving towards that. So the child needs to understand how much is that bicycle. Don't tell them. Next time you go to a supermarket,
Let them see.
what is the choice? Write it on the app. Come back home now, set those goals, the chores. So today you make 500, 1,000. You keep saving within the app, all right? So as they're saving, they can see the money moving towards the target. That creates naturally, delayed gratification. So they've learned to set goals, and now they're learning to be patient while saving.
And they began to observe the growth of their patience towards the goal.
Correct. And I'm putting in input to earn.
And they're also learning not only delayed gratification, but they're learning the power of building slowly.
Exactly. Discipline, planning. All those things are required in real life.
Real life choices.
So they come all as a package by just doing those fun things. If it's a challenge, for example, now we did a small pilot with Naivas in April.
Yes.
And this is something we'll be doing every holiday.
With Naivas, the supermarket.
Yes, correct. So the way it works is we make children the CFOs of the house.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so the first thing they ask the parents is, who's a CFO? That creates a conversation.
All right.
Chief Financial Officer, what do they do?
So you're sparring conversations.
Exactly, around
the
money.
home as well.
Yeah. So we tell the parent during the holiday, let's assume you spend 40,000 doing your household budget, break it down into
And holidays, we're talking about school holidays.
School holidays,
so the extended periods of being at home,
correct,
resting and stuff.
Yeah.
Of which one will become, as in there's 3 of them in a year.
Yeah. So that one, we're making it a national conversation.
Okay.
We're even rolling out to other supermarkets so that we ignite that conversation.
All right.
But the parent can run with it throughout the year.
Okay.
Right? So even the school integration of this club, it will be part of that.
Okay.
So we can also start issuing out like rewards. And so the concept is, if you're spending 40,000 a month, break it down into weekly.
Yeah.
So what you do is you tell your child, I've added you into this challenge. I'm setting 10K for you. I want you to come up with the items you require for the house next week.
Nice.
So don't tell them there's no sugar, there's no cooking oil.
Let them.
You guide them on how to think.
Awesome.
So you walk them through the day. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? I brush my teeth.
Yeah.
What do you use? Toothpaste. Good. Go check whether we need addition. What's the second thing? I take a bath. What do you use? Do we need to what? What's the next thing? Breakfast. Do you need this? So the child starts automatically
through a thought process.
How? So what quickly happens is kids start understanding everything in this house has a cost element. And that is so powerful.
I found that to be so brilliant because I remember when you're sharing it with me, I was like, that is so brilliant.
Yeah.
Because many times you're trying to put together a shopping list and you're trying to just go through the house. But when you start thinking, when I wake up, what do I use?
Yes.
What do I use?
Correct.
How do I move from here to the office?
Correct.
And you're building a list.
Yes.
Of steps you take and looking at the cost elements in that.
Yes.
You know that helped me really unpack or challenge some people in my circles around why it's important that we think about money more seriously.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to the office in the morning, you've spent several hundred, if not thousand.
Correct.
Shillings.
Yes.
Just by the things you've used.
Correct.
In that morning.
Yeah.
And when you do that math, you suddenly awaken to the fact of who am I kidding that I can live without money?
Yes.
And that really opens up that conversation.
Very true.
very
Very
well.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the first part. Now, the way we've done it on the app is we tell you, let it run to the negative. So it goes from 10, 11, 12, 15. Again, the whole idea is to create a conversation.
Yeah.
What just happened here?
Yeah.
We had set at 10, how is it at 15?
Yeah.
Now it's about cutting cost.
So you're having conversation
You're
again, allowing them to think. You're inspiring the thinking.
That's the model we're talking about.
Okay.
So if it comes to 10, then that's the first part. Now the second part is you take them to the supermarket.
Yeah.
You now transfer the 10,000 from your wallet as a parent to the child's wallet. And then you tell them, you're the one who came up with the list. Now I want you to remove it and start shopping one by one.
Okay.
So as they move with the trolley, they pick the first toothpaste.
Yeah.
They compare the price they had with what is on the shelf. If there's a difference, they adjust. So item 1, 2, 3, then eventually they go to the cashier.
Amazing.
And they actually pay themselves while you're there. All this under your supervision as a parent.
Nice.
So they scan the receipt and that gets them to some draws. Like I was saying, we're just trying to ignite this conversation.
Make it more gamifying it.
Correct.
Wow.
So as you're going home, take advantage of that now through your analysis of the entire week. So you can start questions like, how did it feel being a CFO?
Yeah.
What did you learn? Okay, I saw you doing this. I think you can do it better next time if you do that, and so forth. So next week, let's see whether you can improve on that. I want you to repeat the process. And you won't believe how interesting it is to actually see them shop.
Wow.
In Naivas, we could see those conversations happening in real life.
Wow.
And you find a child wants to cry for something, but then the parent is saying, you're the one who came up with this list. How come you didn't add the one you want to cry for now here?
Yeah.
So the power goes back to the child, like, I cannot cry because I'm the one who came up with it.
Yes.
Get it? So what you hear is, can I add for next time? Oh, sure, fair enough.
Delayed gratification.
So when they add next time,
And
remember next time the other things they're adding.
Yes.
So we'll be asked, are the sweets more important than us having the cooking oil? So without telling them the difference between needs and wants, they're experiencing it in real life.
Wow.
Without telling them budgeting, they are doing it. So when you tell them this list is what is called a budget, the reason why we set this aside and took this is because this is a need. It just enters them.
Wow.
So as the world is doing this, the app is doing this.
Interesting.
And so that is the structure around that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've created different, those challenges we have, and you as a parent can also custom make your own.
Okay.
Let's assume you want to go for a holiday. We are saying it's not a discussion about you parents alone.
Okay.
Involve them. You know, if it's a car you want to buy, if you want to purchase land somewhere, involve them. Because that conversation is countering what the world is. They can start saying, if it's $1 million BOP you want to buy land somewhere, tell them you're going to contribute 100,000.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you as parents, you're going to remove that 100,000.
Yes.
So it makes sense for you to make them feel they're contributing. Yes. You know, holiday, go help your grandmother do something, you earn 50. That is going to contribute toward this.
Wow.
So when you buy that land, it is not mom and dad bought.
Yes.
It's we.
We bought this as a family.
And that is so, so powerful.
Interesting.
And we are really seeing the results starting to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we plug into this? How do parents plug into this?
Okay, so it's if they just go to Play Store or iOS, the app is there. Just download it.
It's called
Chedda.
Chedda. How do you spell that?
CHEDDA.
Okay, so we're gonna put it on the screen as well.
Yeah.
So then you guys can access it and
Correct.
know what to look for.
Yes.
Right. CHEDDA.
Yeah.
So that's
and the interesting part about that is now remember that constant usage is mindset and practice.
Yes.
The formula.
Yeah.
So you have the 17, you have the 15.
15.
There's this part missing.
85. Yeah.
The middle one. So we've also created an online program through a second company. Yeah? So we are saying for these holidays which are coming up, July and August, if you register for that, then we're going to incorporate the app for 1 month. So then it becomes a whole. So what they're learning, we're also following how they're doing.
Amazing.
And we're also having webinars for parents just to guide them in terms of that conversation.
Amazing.
So the second company is called Mind and Money Africa. Mind, mindset,
Yeah.
and Money Africa.
Money Africa.
Yeah, so it's a combination of those two.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So there's hope, guys. There's hope. We've taught, we diagnosed the problem, the software programming challenge. We've identified a solution and we've made it available to you. It's available to you and you can access it, you can use it and begin to see the progress in that. The next generation does not have to repeat the same mistakes that you made and generations before you. There's help available and you can do what needs to be done to move this to the next level. As we conclude this part of our conversation, some things I want you to think about as you reflect on this, and I want you to take some family time with your child and ask these questions. Ask your child, what do you think money is for? Ask them, what do you think happens when we save? And lastly, ask them, what do you think? What would you build if you had money to start something? So that is for parents. For adults without children, write down what you wish someone had taught you about money at the age of 10. And then identify one younger person that you can mentor financially and work with. You probably have a niece, you probably have a nephew that you may want to encourage, or probably a child just in your neighborhood that you would want to walk with over this journey. Today's conversation has reminded us that the next generation will not automatically become financially wise. Someone must teach them. Someone must model it for them. Someone must build tools that make wisdom practical. Andrew, as we close this, what is your dream for the child who uses this app consistently?
Pastor CJ, I'll be very open with you.
Yeah.
One of the most painful things that I've experienced in life is to see how Africans suffer financially. That's from that point of view. Yet God blessed us with the majority resources on this planet. And somehow we are still blind of what the problem is. The problem is the mindset. And this is why I dedicated my life to these children. Because I know if we set that right, Africa will take off. And that is what I've dedicated my life to do.
Amen to that. But do we have something for adults? This is the question we'll be answering the next time we come back. Otherwise, this has been Fearless Business, where we challenge you to go forth and be fearless. See you next time.